Hi everyone, today I am here to talk about IELTS Writing Task 1 with a topic called Simple Tips to Master Map Writing. A lot of IELTS candidates are not fully informed and adequately prepared for map writing. And this is why you may find this video beneficial in your IELTS Writing Task 1 preparation. I'm going to give a quick overview on IELTS Writing Task 1 before looking in depth at map writing. So now let's move on to IELTS Writing Task 1 overview. So in IELTS Writing Task 1, there are 6 types of writings, including line graph, bar graph, pie charts, process writings, tables, and maps. General things to know about Writing Task 1 is that you need to write at least 150 words and you will be given 20 minutes, but here you also have to summarize the information in your own words, and you also have to highlight the key features to make comparisons where possible, and you also have to provide an overview. If not, your mark is gonna be deducted. And finally, please do not add your own explanation or opinions because they are not needed. Okay, so right now let's talk about Writing Task 1 structure. Generally, there are 4 main paragraphs. In paragraph 1, you need to write an introduction. In paragraph 2, you need to write an overview. And in paragraph 3 and 4, you need to decide on key changes that you will explain and decide how to group your ideas. One more thing, make sure to use language that identifies position or location when writing about maps. So here it is. You need to always draw lines like this when you see maps because doing so gives you a sense of direction. Sometimes you are given a signpost and sometimes not. If not, you need to draw the signpost in your own words, for example, like the north, south, west, east. One more thing, pay attention to the periods, whether they are in the past, present, or future, and remember to use grammar tenses accordingly. Okay, let's get into details. Here you need to write an introduction and paraphrase the topic by using synonyms. And in paragraph 2, write an overview. Make sure to cover 1 or 2 general statements, the most noticeable differences between the 2 maps, like whether it's more or less green, more or less residential, or more or less countryside, and also any major improvement in the infrastructure. Okay, here we are, the overview. In paragraph 3 and 4, you need to work on the key changes and grouping ideas. Okay everyone, so let's move on to verb selection. Certain verbs can be used with certain nouns. For instance, widen can be used with wrote. Test takers are advised to extend their vocabulary range by converting verbs to nouns. The use of passive is a very important part of writing in a more formal academic style. However, try to balance between the uses of active and passive voices. Okay, right now we are going to talk about language. So try to use the language that identifies position or location. For example, like to the west of, above the, to the east of, so on and so forth. So let's look at the example. The car park to the right of the cinema was closed and replaced by a supermarket. So here you use the language of direction with passive voice. So here we go to organizing ideas. Try to make sure that the ideas are coherent and easy for the examiner to read while identifying the key features or changes. And yeah, here are other possible ways to organize ideas. You may organize your idea by position, or by feature. And the last one is by period, just like what I did previously with the sample writing. So last but definitely not least, let's look at the marking assessment. Okay, the criteria, we have task achievement, coherent and cohesion, lexical resource, grammatical range, and accuracy. So spend a minute or two look at the evaluation, because this is something that your examiner is gonna look at and mark your writing. That is all for now. I really hope that you get to learn something useful and interesting from this video.